So when you have one of these multiple text passages, step one is going to be to read the prompt. And what is the prompt asking us? Based on the text, what would text two say about text one? So step two is going to be, well, if I need to know what text two is going to say about text one, I need to know what does text one say? So what does text one say? And when I read out loud, I purposely don't hit every word. I let my eyes see every word, but my inner monologue only pronounces the words that my unconscious mind has deemed important. In other words, I'm skipping extra details and trying to go for the gist of what they're saying, knowing that I can always swing back and get more information here. So historians that are studying have looked to the ceramic vessels to understand the daily life. These sculptures present everyday things in precise ways. The human faces are so detailed that they've interpreted facial markings to represent the scars and skin irregularities. So they've even used these to identify potential skin diseases. So what is the underlying portion saying? It's saying that the details in the ceramic vessels that are designed to represent human faces, because faces were one of the things, right? So the markings on those vessels were super realistic. They were representing scars and skin irregularities. So now what does text two say about that? So step three is to go ahead and look at that response that they were asking us about, now that we have the context we need. So step three, okay, says the art historian has argued that the interpretations are hyper-realistic portrayals. And when that happens, they may inadvertently disregard the creativity of the creators. The vessels are artworks, and they freed their imagination using all the realistic stuff as an inspiration. So this author is saying that the response to text one is saying that in text one, the historians are disregarding the creativity of the pre-Inca Peru artists. And so which answer says that? So step four is to look at the answers. So depictions of the human faces are more realistic than depictions of plants and animals. It's not about any one of them being more realistic than the other. B, it's likely that some depictions with markings portray the same individual. Okay, so it wasn't about how realistic. Well, it was about how realistic because it was about realism versus art, wasn't it? So coming back to A, this would be the opposite of what passage one said, because passage one, text one, said that text two, I'm sorry, this is the opposite of text two, because text two said that it was more artistic, not more realistic. Okay, so that gets rid of A. Going into B, were they the same individual? No, we know that they were different individuals. And C, were some of them damaged? We just simply didn't see that perhaps they were damaged, so they provided little insight. Definitely not at all what the passage said. And then D, the markings are not necessarily intended to portray details. In other words, they're creative. And that was indeed the main gist of text two. And so the answer here is D.